Hey y'all, it is Martha here, and I need to do some process videos for my bead craft products that I got. So I think both of them will be some sort of mixed media. But this is just the first video, but here I have some of the things I got in my last haul. These stencils, and they're actually supposed to be resin mats, but I'm not going to use it for that because I don't use resin. And this was a kit for earring making, I believe, but I got it so I could have all these little shapes. So, and I'm going to use paint, I believe. I might dig out some inks, but I don't plan to at the moment. But I just wanted to get out maybe another color of paint here too, just in case I want it. Now, before I get started though, I wanted to tell you, you're going to find a link to these products in the description. You're going to find a 10% off code to BB Craft products, Martha10. You'll find a link to their website so you can look at all the goodies they have to sell and offer to you. You're also going to find a link to the YouTube Ambassador program so that if you would like to get some free products for doing 3 videos, you can go apply. And usually if you have at least 100 subscribers, you can apply and maybe get in. So that being said, let's get started. So this is a project that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. It's pretty simple, but I just, there's so much going on, it's hard to do everything. So what I have here, this is tracing paper that I have cut to a smaller size because I wanted them to be in manageable pieces so I don't get overwhelmed and everything. And this is the same thing, but this is tissue paper. I have cut it down to smaller sizes so that I can play with it. And I may not do all of them, but I plan on getting started. So what I have over here on the side is a scrap piece of paper. And I think I'm just going to dump my paint on that. And I have a roller over here. Let me show you this. And I may dig out a brush too if I need it. But right now I'm just trying to find something to poke my paint through so that it... let me try this. I've got paper clips, big ones, that I use for this, but of course there's never one handy when you want it, so I'm using that safety pin. So I'm going to put this black paint over here on the side. See, I just dumped it out. And I have on the floor here beside me a bunch of other paints, but I'm just going to kind of get some paint on this roller. And I think I'm going to put it like this on this guy. That way it won't be get too messy, hopefully. So let me get, the smaller pieces are tracing paper. And the bigger ones are tissue paper. So let me put out a few of these here. Oops, I got some on there already, but oh well, it's just play and practice. And I will probably use this in some mixed media projects, some collage, etc., etc. So that looks great. I like that. So, oops, I really got paint all over that one. Okay. put some more on here and try to do some more stamping. So these are kind of like mats, like for, well, Miss J00 said how they use them for resin, but you could also use them like for hot pots in your kitchen, things like that. So that's wanting to curl up. And it doesn't really matter how messy it is, because I can tear it up and use what I want. And if there's something I don't really like, I can just throw it away. But that is really a fun texture. And I'm getting a little messy here, but so see, that's kind of fun. That'll make some nice texture. Let's see, where's my spray bottle? There's never anything handy when I want it. Oh, there it is, way over there. I'm gonna just kind of spray this up a little bit before it dries. And you can clean these. If you get them while they're still wet, it's going to be fine. But you can also use Murphy's oil soap. But as thin as that paint is on there, it wouldn't hurt to leave it. Okay, I'm going to put, let's see. Let's do this one. This is kind of like a tiny honeycomb pattern. And I think this time I'm just going to do you know, I might wind up cutting these in pieces, since I'm not going to be using them for their intended purpose. I haven't really decided yet. I like that. That's so nice. Got a little thick on that one. See, it kind of rolls up on you. See, it doesn't matter though that it's messy. Kind of adds to the character when you're doing mixed media. Now, I think what I'm going to do with this one, let's do some more. Let's put some of this on there now. Okay, I like that. Okay, now let's try some of these little, they're actually to make earrings. They're like, what do you call them? They're kind of like cookie cutters, but that's not what they're called. And so when you're using clay and you're making earrings and stuff, there was a whole big kit. Now, I think I'm just going to tap this in the paint and see. See, it comes out great. And it has a whole bunch of shapes. So let me try, we have a triangle here. And let me get out a little more paint. Oh, I don't really need any, I just need to come over here where it's puddled up. And this works exactly like I wanted it to when I bought it. Okay, we've got those. Now let's try let's put in a different color. Let's try this, I like this red. I'm gonna try a little red on there too and see what happens. I mean, it should work fine. but let's try it. Oh, I love it. This is fun, y'all. You can put as many colors and shapes on here as you want. So now this is tracing paper, so when I go to do some collaging or something, I'll see how it reacts. Okay, I like that. I think I'm just gonna leave that one. You could even add white if you wanted to, any color. Okay, let's go ahead, this first one we did, let's go ahead and, ooh, I got paint all over me. See, these come in all different, look, we have a heart shape. Let's do that heart shape with the red. Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, I think we have another smaller heart over here. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Here's a smaller heart. Let's do that one in black. A couple of them in black. Oh, I need more. I didn't get in the paint enough. So, oh my goodness. This is fun. I need some more paint now, some more black. Oh, that looks good. That's fun. Let's go back into the red. That's kind of red and black mixed, which I don't really care. I'm just playing. There we go. Now we have some art journaling, collaging, fodder for later. Okay, let's put these two, we got these two. So let's clean our table off a little bit, and then we'll do, let's try some tissue paper. I'm assuming that will look a little different since it's kind of different material when you're gluing it onto your page. So I'm going to make both to see what the difference is when I go to do mine. So got this cleaned up a little bit, and okay, let's try some tissue paper now. So these are a little bigger. They were way bigger and I cut them. Oh, I guess I need to dry that off a little more. Okay. Alright, I am going to use my roller again for this black. I'm not going to cover the whole thing this time. Just going to try to get some different shapes and patterns and directions going here. Okay, I put a little more on that time. That looks great. Now let's try our honeycomb, or whatever you want to call this. Oh, that looks nice. Sorry y'all, I'm not talking much. I'm just kind of enjoying myself. So let's go ahead and put some pattern on this one too while we got it over here. So I covered the whole thing this time, I think. Almost. I like that. Just kind of went right in the middle. So what I think I'll do these two with you. And I'll do a few off camera. And when they dry, I'll come back and let you see the results. And now I want some squares on this one. Even if I never used it again, it's just fun to do, y'all. It's fun to just play. I was trying to keep that on my paper, but it actually went off and got on my table. Okay, I like that. All right, y'all, I'm gonna do a few more of these off camera, and you don't need to watch me do every one of them. I think you've got the gist of it, but I'll just show you how some more of them turn out. Hey y'all, I am back, but I did not do any more yet because I had some other stencils over here. Well, these other ones were not really stencils, but I was using them more like stamps. But I have these metal stencils that I also wanted to try out on here and see what they look like. So I've got a couple of pieces of, these are the bigger ones, so they're the tracing paper. So I'm just going to try to use some of the paint I have over here and try not to get too much, but I think I like this one, and just I probably need some fresh black out because it looks like it's pretty much dried up over here. So let's pour some out so we get a little bit more on our sponge. Just gonna lift it up now and see. Oops, I slid it. It's gonna be a mess. Oh well. We're still practicing. We don't know exactly. I've never done this before, so. Not on this kind of material. So let me see if I can lift it up without smudging it. I think I'm getting too much paint. Let's try this smaller one with the smaller openings and see if that goes a little better. I think I'm gonna hang this kind of off the edge so I will have an easier time of lifting it. Probably not tapping enough of the paint off before I go in here. Let's try it. That's better. Yeah, I think it works better with the smaller holes. So remember, it's just paper. If we don't like something, it can go in the trash. Or we can do it, paint over it, or whatever we want to do. Okay, I like that better. Less paint. Yeah, less paint. And this is just a makeup sponge. I think I got it at Walmart. It's pretty good for stenciling paint. Probably got too much that time. And I forgot to tap it off. Well, it's not bad. Okay, let's try another pattern. What we got, these small little kind of like cheetah dots. Let's put some of those on there. Oop, forgot to tap it again. Better. Yeah, the smaller hole ones work better. I guess I really should have used less paint on these bigger ones. But I think I like the stamping better so far than the stenciling. Okay, I think I'll leave that one. Now let's go ahead and do this one together just because it's here. Okay, I'm here to show y'all what I came up with. I didn't do a lot more. I just kind of went in on some of the ones I worked with you with on, I should say, not with, and just added more to it. But I'll show you what I've got, and then I thought I might try out a nice little project or two here just so you can kind of see how it will work. Some of them are still a little bit damp, so we will try and not use those because I got the paint a little thick. See right there? I could try to wipe that off a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit thick. But anyway, this is from using the triangular, one of these, but the triangle shape. So I just used some, well, there's some orange in there too, some black and orange, and so therefore it made brown. So I just kind of stamped those all over the place. Now I found the stamping much more enjoyable than the stenciling, but they looked all right after you got in there. And this was kind of like a 00 shape, like an oval. And that's just the stamping as well, and that's blue and black. Now, these are the stencils. I like them much better if you're careful not to use too much paint so it doesn't glob up. And these are all on the tracing paper. So those are the animal print stencils, and there's blue, green, and black. And then this has both the, whatever that's called, the resin thing that I said could be used to put hot pots on. I did that, and some of the animal print, and some of these in the oval shape. So there's blue and black, and then this is another one of those animal print stencils. I like that one pretty good, green and black. This one, I think we did that one together, stamping. I think we did that one together as well. Okay, now we're going, these are all the tracing paper. And now we're going into the tissue paper, which I did not do a lot of. So we may have done that together. I think we started this one together, but I went in with more, which made me like it a lot better. And this one. And I really like this one too. So what I thought I would do, I have some papers here that I have used. I put leftover paint. This one I did some mark making. I don't know if this one will work real well because I think some of these are watercolor pens. So it might get all smudgy, but I think I'm not going to worry about it. So I have this matte medium here, which I thought I would use to adhere it, and we'll just see what it looks like. And if it looks like anything, I can use it to make a more finished piece. So I don't know if I'll do that in this video or not, but probably at some point. So I'm trying to find a brush here that'll work okay. So let's put a piece on here. I think I want to try, let's just try a piece of this tissue paper, and we're gonna kind of rip it so it will maybe blend in a little better. And I'll just do a little piece here. And then I'm just going to put a little of this down, spread it out, and then just like that. And I think I'll put a little more on there. So yeah, you see how that it's, you can still see it, but it kind of blends in too. This is the tissue paper actually. So of course it would do that. So put some down here. This is really fun. I prefer I might have said that already. I prefer stamping to the stenciling, but I like that too. It's just easier to do the stamping, I should say. Now let's put a piece of that, we've got some tissue paper here. Now let's use a piece of the tracing paper and see what it will look like. And like I said, some of this might smudge because I think the flowers I drew on might have drew on with watercolor pens. Yeah, that one's kind of smudgy. That's all right. I guess the red ones are watercolor pens. I don't know what the other one is. And you could cut these into shapes if you wanted to, like, or you could do some die cutting or punching, stuff like that. And like I said, this is just some leftover paint that I used on these papers. And then I just drew some flowers on with, well, I know one of them probably was a watercolor pen. I don't know what the other one was. But see, that's fun. Even the tracing paper does a great job of blending in on this, and it adds some extra texture. And then you can use this on several different projects. You could add it to your collage. See, yeah, see that watercolor is kind of smudging, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about it because this is just some mixed media play. If I was trying to make this for a nice project to give someone, or maybe put in my art journal, I probably wouldn't worry about it. But now this matte medium, it probably will smudge the watercolor, but after it's over it and dried, it'll be fine. You can add it to anything you want and it won't come up. It won't smudge. Okay, let's try some of this one with the, just think this is really interesting looking. Yeah, you can add different textures. And let's try a piece of our tissue that has the stars on it. Let's put some down here. So I am just using this matte gel. I'll put some down first. I'm gonna rip that edge so it's blend in better. Just put that down, and now just use what's on your brush to smooth it down. And it looks like the more you go over it, the more transparent it gets. I'm just trying not to rip it, but it doesn't seem to rip that easy like a napkin does, which is kind of nice. Yeah, this is fun. I think I will be making more of these. So I kind of start in the middle and work my way out if I don't want it to bunch up. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on that one. Now you can continue to add stuff. You can go back in with make some marks, do some more stamping. You could add extra paint. Let's use a piece of this green over here and see what it looks like. I'm just playing around right now. So you can even use the ones you don't really like that much. And then there's some of it hanging over the edge a little bit that can be trimmed or probably just rubbed off. It's so thin. Okay, let's take a piece of this and put it over here somewhere. And after that dries, you can cut it up and use it in an art journal, a journal, do some collaging, glue booking. You could add more, like you could use a focal point, add a sentiment. You could cut it up for cards, ATC, whatever, all the good stuff. This one got a little bit wrinkled, but that's fine. It's just going to add another element of texture. So I think I'm going to save that and probably do some more stuff to it. Alright, let's see what this one I haven't, that's just leftover paint. I never did add any marks or anything. So let's go ahead and now if you wanted to go in there with some gesso, well, why don't we do that? If I can get this gesso, that way, like if your edges, you don't like your edges and you're not going to cover it up with collage, you can put just a little bit. I'm trying to get this off there, and it goes good with the matte gel, like I said. Now, See how some of it is really white looking? If you don't like that look, you can go in with a paper towel, a wet wipe, even a piece of paper, and just dab some of that up. Just like that. Okay, let's see. Let me spray some water on there, just see what happens. Yeah, just kind of smoosh it around a little more. Now, wouldn't that be fun with some, maybe some butterflies and circles, etc., etc. Some shapes kind of to mimic what's in the background. Like we have stars and triangles. I think there's some hearts on here. So yeah, and then you can even, I'm trying to, can go back in here and add a layer over, which you've already done if you wanted to. That one's a lot more bolder than the other ones. But now when that dries, you're going to have some of that color shining through, which will be fun. And I think I'm going to add this. It's like once you get going and you're enjoying yourself, you don't want to stop. But I need to stop before this video is too long. It will take me forever to get it to upload. Now, I think I'll add another little bitty piece of this somewhere. And you can save everything that's left over and use it in another project. You can just keep layering, stamping, painting, collaging. So there we have it. That is really busy. It's not very attractive, but it's fun, and it can also, it's like your base to get you started, to add some fun elements. So there you have it. My two mixed media backgrounds ready to go for a future project. Just using leftover pieces, like where I was painting. I painted on some leftover, on some scrap papers, and now that I've just added where I did my stamping and stenciling on the tissue paper and the tracing paper, you have all this goodness to play with and use for a background, and it's like a masterboard. Just use it any way you want to. Alright, if you're still here after all that, thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate y'all so much. And remember, all the links are in the description if you would like any of these tools for yourself. Alright, bye now.